Hello, Jeff and Debbie and young adults. My name is Derrick. Jeff and Debbie asked me to share a little bit of my story, my testimony on why I don't participate with drugs and alcohol anymore, which was not the case for most of my life. I'll tell you how it started for me. I always wanted to feel different for some reason, or I wanted to try to fit in. And in doing so, when at 12 or 13 years old, I started smoking cigarettes. I started to use other tobacco products. That progressed when I was 14 to start drinking. When I did these things, I wanted to do it again. Even though a lot of times I would feel sick from doing them. I would smoke a cigarette, feel sick. I would, chew tobacco, feel sick. I would drink and feel very sick because I did drink a lot when I would drink. And even though I did those things and they made me feel sick, for some reason I just wanted to continue doing them. And it was either the crowd that I was hanging out with, or again that I just wanted to feel different, or just kind of felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. And that progressed into me smoking marijuana or weed or pot or whatever you call it these days. I ended up smoking pretty much every single day through my high school years, and I also would drink as much as possible when I could. And I didn't excel much in school. I wasn't really interested, and I would attribute that to being preoccupied with drugs and alcohol. I did play a lot of sports. I did excel in sports. I actually got a scholarship to college for tennis. And the thing is that when I left for college, most of it was paid for, which my parents were very happy about. But unfortunately, when I got there, because of my drinking and drug usage, I ended up failing out within the first year. Now, I don't have many regrets in my life, but, to ruin an opportunity like that to get high or to get drunk, looking back, is just not something that I wish I would have done. Let's just say that. I moved back home, to Florida, and my drug and alcohol usage progressed from there. What became, or what was something that was fun to me, and I was smoking pot and having fun and giggling, and then I would drink and I would have a good time, and let me not say that I didn't have great times. I did when I was doing a lot of these things. But the thing is that looking back, it didn't add anything to my life. Right now, I live an incredible, fulfilling life. I have more fun than I've ever had in my life, and it has nothing to do with drugs and alcohol. There's nothing that drugs and alcohol can add to my life. And so the other thing that I want to impress on you is that today I have peace of mind. And what I mean by that is that when I would drink or do drugs, I always was wondering, okay, am I going to get caught? Why do I feel so bad? And when am I going to feel better? Who's going to find out? There was always something, there was a negative that was attached to me doing these things. And, they always say, what goes up must come down. Well, if I'm getting high and I'm getting drunk and I'm on this extreme high sometimes, well, it's going to be the opposite effect. And so, I try to limit those things in my life these days. I just try to have like a easy, even keel life. That's what I really try to do today. And that's what gives me peace of mind. It progressed into even worse things. I ended up going to jail quite a few times because of my alcohol consumption and my drug usage. It took me to places that I never thought I would be. And I think starting out, you think, oh, this is pretty innocent. I'm young, and that, that's in a sense true, but where it could lead to is much more than that. And, I've done pretty much every single drug that you can think of. I don't say that to brag. I say that I've tried them all. There is nothing that drugs and alcohol can add to my life. I don't have to worry about if I'm going to go to jail. I don't have to worry about what my family's going to think. I don't have to worry about what my friends are going to think. And, I know, in high school that, I was running with certain crowds and I wanted to fit in. And, you always hear, I mean, even me growing up, and I think we'll always hear it about peer pressure, right? And like, what are my friends doing? What am I going to look like? the thing is that, looking back, looking back, that was really dumb for me to do things because other people were doing them. Because, if you progress to where I progressed with addiction, then what you end up seeing are usually three things. Either you see the person going to jail, you see the person getting put in an institution like a drug or alcohol rehabilitation center. And the last thing you see is death. And, the first two, yeah, I mean, that those are kind of like normal things. People obviously live through them because they're not death. But the dying part never dawned on me. Like, it never, like, if somebody, like, I did have friends that were young that died because of alcohol consumption, and it didn't bother me at all. Like, I just didn't, it didn't make me think any differently. It didn't make me want to do differently. It didn't. It was of no consequence to me. But, as you get older, those things start to kind of, you start to think about those a little bit more. And I've been to jails, I've been to institutions. And so, there's only one thing left that could happen with me, because I don't want to go to jail again. I don't want to go to another institution. The institution was great for what it did for me. But the thing is that the truth of the matter is there's no reason for it, and I don't mean there's no reason for those places. I mean, there's no reason to get there. There's no reason to have to go there if you can just stop. Now, I'm part of a program that I go to, and I go on a daily basis. It's a great spiritual program for me that I love, and I go there because I want to, and I also feel that I need to. But there's a lot of different ways to stop. There's a lot of different ways to not continue on a certain path, or to never get into that path. And I don't know what that path is for you, if that's an issue for you. Obviously, Jeff and Debbie are a great resource, and they can connect you with other great resources. But the path that I chose works for me, and I've been able to stay sober for quite a while. And again, I just want to impress on you that there's nothing that would entice me to go back and do the things that I used to do. The peace of mind that I have is greater, is greater to me than anything else that anything could add to my life. Drugs and alcohol can't do that. In fact, it steals my peace of mind. Again, as I said before, I start thinking, okay, what's going to happen to me? Who have I hurt? When I drank, I felt horrible after. It wasn't doing anything for me. And today, like I said, I have peace of mind. I have a great relationship with my parents. I have a great relationship with my son. I have a great relationship with friends. I don't hold back from doing anything. A lot of times people think they can have more fun, or if they go to a concert or play music or play sports or whatever that is for you. I always thought it was more fun if I was drinking or using drugs. And that's just not the case, because I do all the same things that I used to do. And I have a much better time. And when I drive my car, I don't have to worry about if I get pulled over, because I'm not inebriated. I'm not under the influence of anything. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have to feel bad. It's just where I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, because that's what this can lead to. That's what any type of, drug use or alcohol usage can lead to. And so, again, I just want to impress on all of you that it's not needed. If you need help, get help. It's out there. Don't be scared to ask for help. That can definitely hurt in the long run. It's much better to go ahead and ask somebody and tell somebody that you need some help in your life. And I've continued to do that in many aspects of my life, and it's worked out very, very well. People like to help other people, and it feels good to do so. And now that's why I'm speaking with you today. I speak in treatment centers, I speak in other places, because I want to pass this on to other people. We talk about in the groups that I go to, if we had glasses on, and we could just take those glasses off and put it on you for a minute so you could see the joy, the love, the serenity that life can bring by living this way of life without, living a life without drugs and alcohol, that if you got a glimpse of that, then I don't think you'd ever want to touch it again. So I want to thank you again for your time today. I really appreciate it. This helps me just as much as I hope that it helps you. And God bless you all. Thanks.